I do. Can you try to get Facebook Live for me, though, in the meantime?
See what I can do.
Or if Brian is available. I'm not sure why that screen is up there, and I'm not exactly sure. But right here, Alex, if we can go up, this is on Gore Boulevard. Zoom out just a little bit. Don't zoom in so much. That definitely seems to be tight and low. What does wind shear look like currently on this? All right, now zoom out and let's see what wind shear. This has weakened compared to what it was showing, but this is still showing some pretty decent indications of some rotation. So we do want people to take their tornado precautions right now. If you are in Lawton, Hunter, is the Cameron University tower cam back up and running? I do see it's changed since it last froze, but I just want to make sure that's the case right now. Highway 7 is here. We have Southwest Bishop here. Gore Boulevard here. If you're north of Gore, get to your tornado precautions right now. Is it? It's not working. Okay, so unfortunately, Cameron University Tower Cam is out, so we are not going to be able to go to that tower cam to see if we do have any indication of rotation, but we're seeing some power flickers. I'm sure many people are also seeing some powering flickering as well. West Gore Boulevard, this is Northwest Columbia Ave. I-44 currently is right here. This is east of Fort Sill Boulevard being here, West Gore being here. This is where the current rotation is showing strongest. Let's zoom on out and just show you everyone else just how broad this rotation is. It pretty much includes most of Lawton from Rogers Lane, Highway 62, all the way down to Southwest Bishop Street. And we should be seeing some radar scans here soon. Alex, can we go back to velocity, please? I do hear some hail here at the station, so definitely some updrafts with this storm. Let's zoom on out just a little bit more. It's not organized rotation by any means, complete organized rotation, but there's still a lot of velocity here, that blue indicating some of those stronger winds. Guys in the back, do we have Justin's shot up by any chance? I know he said he was on, okay. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you, Jason, for that. So we're gonna continue to coordinate and see if we can get Justin shot up here very shortly. But tornado warning is in place for Lawton, so make sure folks on the east side of town to be taking your tornado precautions. Pretty much just everyone. Alex, can we go back to the actual tornado warning so people can see that polygon? This is south of Medicine Park, south of Elgin. Geronimo, you are not in the warning either, but Pumpkin Center, Highway 65 is also included in this warning. And then there is a severe thunderstorm warning also with this, but we have some inflow here. So the rotation definitely is getting feed into with the amount of wind there. And then now a new severe thunderstorm warning on the back side of things. Alex, what's velocity look like now with that latest? Because this inflow here, and you got to speak up. Make sure your mic is on and coordinate. I cannot hear you in my ear. Jason, can we make sure that mic 6 is also coded? Okay, because I'm not hearing Alex by any.
Oh,
All right, go ahead, Alex.
Now? Okay, yeah, so this new severe thunderstorm warning that just got issued with 80-mile-per-hour winds.
Okay.
Looks like, yep, tornado is officially on the ground is the report we just got here in studio as well. So southwest.
And try to speak up a little more, Alex, because of the hail.
Yeah, so south side of Lawton on Sheridan Road and Lee.
Sheridan Road and Lee, and that is observed tornado on the ground?
Yes.
All right, folks, you just heard that. Sheridan, Lawton Police Department, Sheridan and Lee is where the confirmed tornado now is on the ground. What direction is this moving? I assume southeast, but how fast is what I want to know.
We have, let's take southeast at 30 miles per hour.
Okay, so let's go back. Let's zoom out, go back to velocity. This rear is definitely feeding this. So folks, you guys heard that. There is an observed tornado on the ground confirmed from the Lawton Police Department. This is on Southwest Lee Boulevard and Southwest Sheridan. So that is, there's an area here that also looks concerning, but if we zoom in here, because Sheridan and Lee is here, and that's where that confirmed tornado on the ground would be, and I would bet that's exactly where Sheridan is located. There's Southwest F, Southwest 11th Street, so even further. Zoom, Alex, you don't have to go too far in, so just kind of zoom on out a little bit more just to see where that couplet is. Do we have any pictures, Hunter, of that? Yeah, this is definitely where the tornado would be located on the ground currently with those velocities, the greens and the yellows coming together. Highway 7, 11th Street, Central Mall is right here. Southwestern Hospital is there, but I thought Southwestern was more down Lee. Emmanuel Baptist is right here on Highway 7. The Mattie Beal Park is here being impacted. Anywhere towards the east of here does need to take those safety precautions. Do we have Justin yet by any chance? Okay, Justin had to move for safety, definitely understandable. Well, hopefully we'll get to him soon. All right, we have a new velocity scan, so let's zoom out and see what that is. And Cameron University Tower Cam is still unfortunately down, so I don't think we're going to be able to get a signal from there to see. The good news with the latest velocity scan, it has decreased. It's not as tight as it once was. But either way, east side of town, west side of town, north side of town, south side of town, please take those safety precautions. We are under a tornado warning for the city of Lawton. Matt and Jared are on their way to this storm as we speak. They're going to get here as quickly as they can. They were watching some other rotation out near Medicine Park, but I can see their feet up and running. They are on their way. These reds coming together, indicating where we are seeing the velocities, and I hear the thunder here. Let's zoom on out a little bit more, Alex. See, there definitely looks to be a few areas of concern, but going back to going back to radar, Frederick radar site, the inflow of this is definitely being driven. But Lawton Police Department was saying Lee and Sheridan is where we did have a confirmed tornado on the ground. I'm not sure if that's been passed along to the National Weather Service, but so far it hasn't gone white, which is great news. But this is not only producing a tornado, but this is producing some heavy rain, gustier winds. I'm sure you folks are dealing with that as well here. I know I can hear the hail, I can hear the winds here at the east side, and we're on Southeast 60th Street. All right, Cameron is up and working, but it looks to be, you're going to the west, so go right, and that'll get you to the south, Hunter. But everyone is in Lawton right now. Doesn't matter north, south, east, west side of town. Get to your safe space. If you have friends that happen to have a shelter, maybe a few doors down, run over there. Now is the time to implement that plan in place. You need to make sure that you're in the lowest part of your home. Follow those duck rules. D for downstairs, U underneath something, C center part of your home, and then K, keep away from windows. We are under a tornado warning, and it's now just been updated, that latest tornado warning, and I kind of expected that given the inflow here, but that does look like it is dying slightly, which is good. What was that latest update? East at 20, so it did slow down a little bit.
We're getting a last shot up for you.
Okay, thank you. And folks, I do apologize if you're tuning in. Sharika, do you know if Cole flipped the app?
Yes, we're streaming.
Okay, perfect. We are having some Facebook issues right now, so we do apologize that we were not able to go Facebook Live, but we are streaming, obviously, on KSWO Channel 7, and we are streaming on our app. So make sure to tell your folks and friends and families to go ahead and go watch us on Channel 7, which is here, or through our Facebook app. Any other reports of...
Yeah, so I'm seeing right now, radar indicated it's saying up to baseball size hail, but the reports that I'm seeing right now are saying up to golf ball size hail with this system as well.
Okay.
So definitely seeing some good size hail here.
Okay, let's go back to velocities real quick. I want to. Alex, can you continue to talk about velocities real quick?
Yeah, right now we got this rotation. Still a little bit of a broad area. Looking at a report now, actually, we just got golf ball size hail reported at Highway 7 and Bethel Road here. So if you're along Highway 7 here, obviously the rotation, that's a big concern, but also hail and straight line winds would also be a concern. Overall, just a very destructive system coming through the area right now. Let's go back to the actual satellite, or the radar here and see what we're seeing. So still seeing that inflow, if I can draw on here for you guys. Yeah, so you're still seeing that inflow right here from that system, really bringing in that air and wrapping around. I don't know if we have any reports currently of if that tornado is still on the ground or not. I know we were seeing power flashes here in Lawton not too long ago, but I haven't seen anything in the last couple of minutes saying if this is on the ground or not. So either way, take this seriously, get to your safe place now, as we are not entirely sure with the reports if it's still on the ground or not. Definitely still destructive hail and winds regardless of if it's on the ground. So you want to get down to your lowest floor in your house and get away from windows, be in an interior room. Definitely want to just stay safe with the system as it's coming through the area. Let's take a look, see now at rotation, if I can pull it up for you guys. Wind shear. Okay, yeah, so we are seeing so it's still a messy system overall. There's not too many, there isn't one tight spot of a rotation yet, still a broad area of rotation here over the eastern side of Lawton now, moving out of the Lawton area to a degree. Looks like I'm seeing a report right now of there are some telephone poles down here between 38th and 24th. And Lee in southwest Lawton. So definitely some winds that just came through the area. It's still out, the system's still out there at the moment though. Definitely just stay safe in your shelter place at this moment.
And we do have, folks, I'm just off screen trying to get the Facebook Live up and running, but it doesn't appear to be. Alex, if you want to try to do that in the meantime, that would be great. We do have, again, some reports of power poles being down. That's 38th and what was that again? 38th and 24th on Lee. Tornado warning is still up and going for now the east side of Comanche County. Lawton, I-44 is right here. We have a ton of lightning on the northwest side of town. And folks in the back, if we could call the police department and see if they have any other reports, emergency managers, just kind of see what's going on. Someone check KSWO, see if we have power outages. That would be great, please. But we still have this inflow of air. That air is going to be driving in. Let's actually, do we have Justin's shot right now? Okay, let's go ahead and take Matt Walker and Jared Burke's shot. Guys, where are you located? Do we have a shot outside of the station? Okay, can we take that? My apologies. We'll check back with them. I'm not sure where Matt and Jared are at the present moment. Okay, so we are on the 60th. We are on Southeast 60th. We are on the east side of the station. Looking out the doors from our back door, this is facing towards the west, due west actually, probably a little bit more southwest. Not seeing, definitely the rain. We were seeing a whole ton of hail just a little bit ago, but we're seeing the lightning and hearing the thunder. Clouds don't appear to be rotating from what I see from this view, which is some good news. But we're not dealing with the heaviest of the rain. The heaviest of the rain is currently located on the northwest side of town. So folks, please get in your safe spaces. Take those tornado safety precautions. because this tornado warning is issued for Lawton. It's a very dense and populated area that is under this tornado warning. And at one point we did have a confirmed tornado on the ground from the police department, stating it was on Sheridan and Lee, but there are some poles down on 38th and Lee. But regardless, tornadic activity or not, oh, there was a nice lightning strike there. Regardless if it's tornadic activity or not, this is still producing very dangerous wind gusts. And those wind gusts have been up to 70 miles per hour so far. Likely in some of the strongest of storms, it's going to be a little bit higher than that. So you need to take your safety precautions, whether you're in the tornado warning or not. So everyone that is in Comanche County currently under under a severe thunderstorm warning or under a tornado warning needs to be staying away from windows. Remember, we can see, if not worst conditions from winds compared to tornadic activity, but the rain is definitely picking up, and I'm not sure whose shot this is out there, but greatly appreciate them and the camera that they have. I'm probably gonna step off of this, that way they can get inside and shut that door. Alex, if you are back over, let's go to, yes, exactly. Can we actually back up a little bit, because I want to see what this looked like, because it looked like there was some rotation that we could see visibly from the radar. Yeah, right there. But where the Lawton Police Department was saying on 38th, or on Sheridan and Lee, which is on this side, where this is obviously east of I-44. Either way, there's definitely been some inflow from this. So these storms are fueling off of nothing from the south of it. Walters is fine, Comanche is fine. Heads up to Marlow. Let's actually zoom out just to southwest Oklahoma, Alex, if you don't mind. Okay. So this is the entire view of southwest Oklahoma. Hobart, you guys are fine. Frederick is fine. Altus, Hollis, you folks are dry. We do have this tornado warned storm, severe thunderstorm warning. Power has now flickered and been lost off. So we are going to move over to the weather center, because that's where the house lights will eventually kick on. And we are going to find some light kits, and we are going to get set up in the weather center. So power is out here at the east side. Folks, if you guys have your reports, if you are without power, please let us know. We want to have those reports. We want to see what is going on. All right. So we are here. Okay, so now we're just taking Max directly because we no longer have that ability, but we are going to continue to keep you guys posted on what is happening here in Texoma because of this tornado warned storm. I want to go on to velocity right now, because there does appear to be another area of rotation. And what I was saying before the power went out was there does appear to be some rotation heading towards Duncan, and with the radar, if we go back to that, Central High, Marlow, Duncan, you guys are seeing some rain. Tornado warning is not in your area yet for those along Highway 81, but please be on alert, because this will likely be extended to Highway 81. So again, heads up, Marlow, Duncan, Empire City, please be taking those tornado precautions. But I want to zoom in and show you velocity right now. I actually want to back it up and show you where that area of rotation was. We had a few areas east of the interstate, but we also had some areas of rotation Southeast Trail near Southeast 90th, as well as Northeast Trail Road. There did appear to be a slight couplet at one point, as well as one on the northeast side of town, that blue area that you see. And we are going to continue to move this forward and kind of show what is happening now. So we are on Southeast 60th Street here in Lawton. We're about a mile off of Homeland on the east side of town, and we are without power. Folks, if you are without power, please send in your reports either through weather or either through our weather email, weather@kswo.com, either through our website, kswo.com. All right, Haley is showing me that 9,593 people in Lawton are currently without power, and there are 32 outages. Thank you for that, Haley. Has anyone gotten a hold of Tanya's working to get a hold Okay, thank you. Not information yet. Will report on social. Okay. Am I still going to be sitting? Okay, sounds good. Okay, thank you for that, Gabe. I'm not sure what happened or what went wrong. X out of that, Alex, and how you go and minimize. Nope, not that one. Minimize OBS, yep. Go back to there. And then stream through that way. Okay, here we go, folks. Sorry about that. All right, so we are currently getting set up so we can provide my face back on TV. We are without power, and they do have it. This is currently our setup that we have in place. It is a little bit dark. I think for the time being, I am going to keep Max 1 just because I don't want my back to be turned. So let's go back and jump to velocity on Max 1, Jason. Thank you for that. We do have this area of slight rotation that is headed towards the south part of Central High. This is northeast of Hewlin. And they are continuing that tornado warning, and they have now included Stevens County in that tornado warning. So as I suggested, they are continuing that tornado warning for Stevens County. And now it's moving east at 45. There's still this inflow that is developing, and that's why, you know, we're seeing some of that, these storms strengthen. So the tornado warning hasn't come up just yet, or it does include south of Nellie, 156th Street, 173. I know we're seeing a ton of rain here. I can hear it on the roof. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but again, the heavy rain, there's hail involved in these as well. Just look at how much hail is being dumped over Lawton. This is radar estimated. There is a bit of a baseball size hail south of Rogers Lane. Let's actually zoom in. North of Gore, 52nd between 38th Street. There is a sliver of baseball-sized hail according to radar, but there's also, let me go ahead and query this so you guys can see, billiard ball-sized hail, golf ball-sized hail. This is producing some very large amounts of hail. So folks, please get into your safe spaces, especially if you're in the east half of Comanche County, because this is moving towards the southeast. And it has increased, it's come together, and there's also some hail being reported, or radar estimated from Central High and also near Letitia and north of Hewlin. These are destructive storms, and they are producing baseball-sized hail. 80. Make sure to, if you're under a lot of hail from what I'm hearing from Avery, but regardless, if you're okay, so we're gonna before we go to Sesshot, I do just want to talk about your the duck rules. Let's go over those. Regardless if you're in a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning, remember what I was saying during the 4 o'clock, folks. These winds are no joke. They're destructive. They're 80 miles per hour. So,
report from fire chiefs reporting a tornado on the ground 2 miles west of Geronimo near Baseline Road.
Okay, so this is from the fire chief. There's a tornado on the ground 2 miles west of Geronimo near Baseline Road. Duck rules, winds, tornadoes, severe thunderstorm warning. Please go to the center part of your house, keep away from windows, underneath something, and downstairs. This is very destructive. This is reporting. Also, let's go to that report near Geronimo, near Baseline. Velocity. West of Faxon, there appears to be a scan of rotation. That red area, guys, that you can see on your screen west of Geronimo. There's New South Road there. But there's also this area of rotation that is east of Geronimo. This is south of Central High, south of Nellie. Nellie, I hope you guys are in your safe spaces. And this is moving towards Duncan. I want to show you where this is headed. So this does appear like it could hit Duncan. So Duncan folks, please get in your safe spaces. With this precaution, this is still a little bit away, but let's show you the distance between the center part of this and Duncan. This is 11 miles away, and it is moving, again, very rapidly, about southeast to about 25 miles per hour. So we do now have an observed tornado. Yep, that would likely be this area here. I wonder if there's also a tornado coming for Duncan as well. So we have two separate areas in two different parts of Comanche County. One is heading towards Stevens County, heading towards Duncan, and then the other one is an observed tornado approaching Geronimo. It does appear like it's going to be towards the south. Let's go back to, but that white, folks, that white means that there is a confirmed tornado on the ground, and that came from the fire chief. And then there's also another tornado warning coming for this storm. So two different tornado warnings that we have here in Texoma. One of them is, okay, let's go to the shot out of the station first while I read some. I can tell you the hail has lightened up significantly over the last 5-10 seconds. I mean, it was loud, it was pounding, it was definitely good to be inside. But I do want to go back because this is what many folks are dealing with. They're seeing the heavy rain, the thunder, and the lightning. But let's go back to Max 1 because we do have that report of a confirmed tornado and then another tornado warning that is going to be including Duncan. So two different ones. Emergency manager from Comanche is reporting baseball-sized hail with this storm. And the hail is still impacting Lawton. Did we get Facebook up and running? Okay.
Should be live.
Okay, great. Close if it actually does hit Duncan, but the couplet has strengthened, folks. There is the tornado warning now for Duncan. Until 5:15. It is 5:06, but I think that's the old one. I don't think the new one has come up yet. All right, so there's two different areas of concern across Comanche County. One of them is in Geronimo. It is going to be including Walters. It is going to be including Temple. So folks in those areas, take your safety precautions, duck downstairs underneath something, center part of your home, and keep away from windows. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground currently. Do we have Justin at all? I know he had to shelter a little bit early ago. Okay. Okay, now the new tornado warning. Okay. And then we have this newly issued tornado warning for Duncan. Kind of developing a hook echo. I can show you velocity, and this is right now west of Duncan, excuse me. South of Nellie, east of Hewlin. So this is County Road North 2730 and 156th Street. And this storm is moving east at 15. So Duncan, let me give you guys an estimated as to when this storm is going to arrive. With it moving at 15. This is just damage. Okay, so we have some windows that are shattered at KCCU. Cameron, thank you. Duncan, let's get an arrival time for you. It is moving east. So it's 5:50. It is 5:09, and that's if it does continue. Cotton Electric, we are out 102 members currently between Indiahoma and Cache. There is a broken pole. But Duncan, if this continues to move east at 15, you have till 5:50, but this is moving a little bit quicker, so let me read. Very, very soon. Do we still have Seth's shot? Because I can hear the hail here. Can we go ahead and can we take his shot, please? Yes, I know it did. Yes, I know it did. Alex and I are switching off, so he's gonna take some coverage real quick.
A little bit. We're looking at a live shot right now for our station where we're hearing hail on our roof. You can see it hitting the ground there in our parking lot. No clue how big that is. Obviously, we're not going to go out and check it, but definitely getting some good hail. We're in the east side of Lawton, so if you're in the east side of Lawton, you're getting good hail right now. You can just see how strong those winds are too, with those trees shaking around. Overall, we got a very strong storm. This is after the tornado area has passed the Lawton area, but the storm is still very strong in the area, even without the tornado warning affecting us. So if you're still in the Lawton area, stay in your safe place for a little while longer as this hailstorm is moving through. And yeah, we can hear it. I cannot hear myself talking over it right now. So yeah, if we could go back to Max 1 now, let's go back to looking at those tornado warnings that we have in place first. Let's take a look at the Duncan area. Oh yeah, you can see the storm right here coming into Duncan from the northwest right now, almost heading directly towards it though. And you can see this hook echo to a degree where the inflow is. So let me see if I can draw that for you guys right here. Yeah, you can see the inflow right there is where we're expecting. If there would be a tornado, it would be right here somewhere in this vicinity, and it's going to be moving towards Duncan area here at, let me see what the speeds are at this storm. We are looking at it moving at 45 miles per hour, so it is moving pretty quickly right now towards the area. If you're in Duncan, you definitely need to be in your safe place, as this system will be moving very fast into the area. Let's take a zoom out a little bit too, as I know Geronimo had some reports of action as well. I'm not seeing too much on here. Let me pull up the rotation here, or the wind shear, see if we're seeing any rotation on wind shear. I am not seeing any wind shear. I think this is the cell right here that was rotating in Geronimo, but it has since dissipated a little bit from what I'm seeing. It looks like that cell towards Duncan, though, is kind of consolidating. So if you're in the Duncan area right now, I am definitely getting into my safe place, as this storm, it looks like it's consolidating quite nicely with some rotation. Looking at our, let's pull up our Duncan tower cam now, if we could, in the back, as we're going to try to point it towards the storm and see what we're seeing on the tower cam. I don't know if you guys can do that for us back there or not. All right, I think it's going to be just a second before we can pull up that tower cam, but we're looking at this storm right now, still on radar, and it's a good one for sure. Let's pull back up on the velocity here. Oh yeah, that inflow is still definitely there, coming towards the Duncan area. It could go straight through the center of Duncan right now, you can see. Yeah, so if you live anywhere in that Duncan area, north, south, east, and west, get to your sheltering place immediately. I'm actually just seeing a report that there is a high probability right now that there is a tornado west of the Duncan area on the ground. There's no confirmed reports of it on the ground, but very high probability it is on the ground right now. So definitely need to keep you guys safe here as this system moves through your area out in Duncan. Let's pull up velocity and see what we're seeing here now. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the rotation here on the velocity as well. So we're looking at the reds mean it's going away from the radar, green means it's towards the radar. So the reds will be bringing the winds this direction over here. If I can draw that, and then the greens will be bringing it back around like this. So this is your rotation right here, heading towards the Duncan area. Looking like it's going to track right down towards the center of Duncan area. So definitely need to be careful of that. Let's pull up the radar again here. And it looks like the latest scan, that hook echo may have went away just a little bit. You definitely can still see that inflow on that Duncan storm. Right here is where that would be located. But it looks like that latest radar scan that just came through, maybe the inflow went away just a little bit. I'm still very concerned for that your guys' area as this storm is moving into your guys' area.
And Duncan right now, Alex, does appear to be the highest probability of a tornado. Jason, are we able to get our Duncan tower cam up on screen right now? Okay. Okay.
And it looks like they just
actually, Alex, we can pull up Duncan. So go down to tower cams and throw it on. Because I do want to let the folks of Duncan know and see what we are seeing from our tower cam. It is not much. There is unfortunately a pole in the way. But if there were to be a tornado, it would be right there in that shaft of rain. We will get back to this. Can we go back to Duncan right now? Because there is a... I know, but can we go back to Max 1, please?
Yeah.
I want to let the folks of Duncan know what's going on and kind of showing them what we are seeing. Thank you. There is a rain shaft, a giant rain shaft with Duncan, and if there were to be a tornado in there, it would be hard to see. So visually, we cannot confirm if we have a tornado on the ground in Duncan or headed currently towards Duncan. Going back to velocity on Max 1, go down. Show you where that velocity currently is located. I did ask about the Geronimo storm to see if we have any updates from there. This is headed towards Walters. This is north of Walters on Highway 5, County Road North 2620, and where it intersects with County Road East 1780. So that is where the Walters storm is currently located. Right there. Jason, are we able to jump back and forth between Max 1 and 2? Okay, thank you. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have one space stay on the Walters tornado, and then the other one stay on the Duncan. So Alex, if you want to focus, do you have a preference? Okay. But we do have 2 tornado warnings in southwest Oklahoma right now, folks. I'm going to go zoom out and show you where they are. One of them is approaching Duncan. One of them is approaching Duncan, and then the other one is approaching Walters. 2 different tornado warnings. One of them is observed. Okay, so Max 2 is ready when needed. Thank you, Jason. Here's tornado warning number 1, Highway 81. This includes south of Marlow, Highway 7, all the way down Highway 81 to near Meriden, just north of Meriden. But the entire area of Duncan, the city of Duncan, is in that tornado warned storm. And then the observed tornado that we had was also near Walters.
It's like that one that you asked about the Geronimo. They said no recent reports.
Okay, no recent reports of the confirmed tornado that was in north of in Geronimo, but is now northeast of Walters. So let's go back to Duncan. We're gonna get through this together, folks. We do have storm chasers out. They are headed in that direction. They were on the storm in Lawton. Let's see where Jared and Matt currently are. Can we actually take their feed? Matt and Jared, can y'all hear me? What are you guys seeing out there?
What storm do you want me to follow, Walter or Duncan?
Reports of a roof.
I do see that. Communication does not appear right now, but they are on Coombs Road, or Sheridan, southwest Sheridan, heading south. So they're probably heading to this Geronimo tornado warned storm, the one in Walters. Yes, can you please? Okay, folks, so this is Matt Walker and Jared Burke's Storm Hunters view right now. They are on Coombs. They are headed south, or Sheridan, excuse me. They were just passing southwest Coombs Road, but their windshield is cracked because of the hail, and likely that we'll have other reports of damage because of how large this hail has been. So if you do have damage reports, please send it our way, because it is going to be very crucial to the folks, not only us, but also the National Weather Service too. So we'll check back with Matt and Jared. Let's go back to this Duncan storm. The velocity still shows rotation, and at one point, if we back that up, a pretty decent rotation at that.
Looks like the latest scan just weakened it a bit.
Movement does appear to be more southeast. But Duncan, still take your safety precautions. This is still located to your west. Folks in Duncan, I'll repeat that, the current area of rotation, the concern is to our west. Oh, I do want to go back to the Duncan Tower Cam on Max 1. It is going to be slow here, so just give me... confirmed for the one in Geronimo, yes. Yes. Okay, don't want the currents. All right, folks. Here's our Duncan Regional Hospital Tower Cam. And again, it is a little finicky, so please bear with me. But we see the rain, and I'm trying to determine what that is off in the distance. Because this is facing west, and I'm trying to determine if that is a rain shaft. I mean, I can visually see the rain, folks. And again, Duncan is acting finicky, so I do apologize. That's facing northeast. That's facing north. Folks in Duncan, for those of watching us from their safe spaces that are in the lowest level of their homes in the center part, are keeping away from windows. Okay, I can't confirm anything with the Duncan Regional Hospital tower cam, but we are seeing two intense supercells, one that is approaching Duncan and Marlow, and the other one that is over Lawton. Checking back at radar for folks that are watching us, I do want to just zoom out and show you what is going on. Hollis, you guys are dry. Mangum, Altus, seeing a gust front that is moving southwest. Tipton, Schneider, Davidson, Altus, Granfield, Randelette, heads up because you guys will be seeing this gust front from this storm very, very shortly. Those are the winds that are just moving very fast along out of the thunderstorm. And then there is a storm to our west that is impacting Childress County in Texas that we will watch. And then another storm south of Vernon, north of Seymour. But for the time being, folks, two different tornado warned storms. One is confirmed that is approaching Walters. Walters, you're likely seeing the rain as we speak. These storms will track across Cotton and Jefferson County and then move into northern Clay County. All right, Empire Fire Department, a report of a tornado on the ground. 9 Mile Road and Elk Avenue. Yes, that would be right here. And I'm curious to see if we can see that from Duncan, and I'm not seeing that quite yet. Alex? I know, I'm not confident enough to say. So south of Duncan, let me zoom in to find 9 Mile Road and Elk Ave. Which I'm not too familiar with Duncan. Is Sharika in here who would be able to? 9 Mile Road, West Elk.
It does look like they just updated it, saying
9 Mile Road and Elk in Duncan.
Hospital is on Elk. It will be straight west of your camera now.
So that,
If that's looking straight, yeah, that looks straight west. Yeah,
okay.
that's Elk Road.
Okay, so I am gonna take this shot. Folks, I cannot confirm if this is the tornado, but this is what we have been seeing. Our chief engineer says the hospital is facing west on Elk Road. And again, yeah?
We're good.
Okay. And again, I cannot confirm if this is a tornado, but the fire department in a report did say it's downtown Empire. Is this facing south?
Because that's the flagpole. That's south.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like north.
This is northeast,
That's
yeah.
northeast. That's straight north.
You're north,
Now you're looking due west.
right that way.
Right at the poles, due west.
Okay, so the poles are west, but that's Empire. So we're just gonna go back.
I think we're looking all points south. If our tower came to the middle, they would be.
And that one is now 2 observed tornadoes, one in Stevens County, one in Comanche County. One is moving southeast, and so is the other one. This is directly south of Duncan, where that rotation currently is located. Highway 81 here. Empire City is here. So just south of Duncan near Meriden, folks, I hope you're in your tornado shelters. Center part of your home, lowest level, keeping away from windows. This is between Duncan and Comanche, a report of a tornado, observed tornado on the ground in Stevens County. This includes Duncan. Not only is it producing a tornado, it's producing baseball-sized hail, so you're going to hear those hailstones, you're going to hear those winds, and moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Yes, let's give an update on the Walters one with Alex on Max 2.
Let's see. Yeah, let's look at the Walters tornado warning now, as we've gotten a report recently on it, and it looks like the newest radar scan actually is showing a little bit more of an inflow. Just as I was about to say, it looks like it might be weakening. It looks like it might be actually increasing again. So let's see if we can get to Max 2 first off. Waiting in the back here. Yes, Max 2, please. Awesome, thank you. Okay, now we are on Max 2. Let's take a look here at the Walters storm here. So, latest radar scan, we're still seeing that inflow here. So right there is where that inflow would be located, kind of to the east-northeast of the Walters area now, moving towards the southwest. Moving towards the southeast, excuse me. We had a brief touchdown in Walters. It looks like that was reported about 10 minutes ago, as we had a brief touchdown, but it is not confirmed if that is still on the ground or not with that storm. Let's take a look at the wind shear here with this storm, as I think it might be picking up again a little bit. A little bit. You can see that light blue in there indicating a little bit stronger rotation, but it looks like it has weakened, or it's still a little weaker than when that touchdown would have happened about 10 minutes ago. We are not sure if that Walters tornado is still on the ground or not, but I'm definitely seeing that the inflow still on radar here. So I'm definitely still taking shelter if you live in the Coram, if you live in Hastings area, Addington, Temple down here, down south. These are all storms. They're not quite in the tornado warning at this time, but I'm anticipating that that tornado warning is going to get expanded and include a lot of those cities here towards the south and east of this tornado warning. You can see newest scan just came through. You can still see that inflow. Wind shear still looks about the same.
Alex, I do want to jump in real quick and just kind of give everyone an overview. 2 current tornado warnings in place across our viewing area of southwest Oklahoma. One of them is impacting Duncan, that is observed. So Duncan folks, hopefully you're in your storm or your storm shelters because of this rotation. The other one is a radar indicated tornado that is impacting Walters and Temple, moving also southeast along to the Highway 81 corridor.
And it does look like that Walters storm, that white box that was that tornado warning, just turned red, which means that their National Weather Service is not positive if this is still on the ground anymore or not. There hasn't been any recent report saying if it is or isn't, but definitely still a storm to keep an eye on, as that inflow is definitely still right there. And like I was just talking about a few minutes ago, that tornado warning did just get expanded now out towards the south and east, including Comanche, Addington, Hastings. So if you live out towards the south and east of the Walters area, definitely start getting towards your safe place now, as the storm is, that tornado warning just got expanded in your direction, and it's definitely touched the ground already, at least confirmed once. Definitely could do it again as well here.
And Alex, on that newly issued tornado warned storm, we are now having reports of a tornado on the ground 4 miles, on the ground 4 miles, I believe, west of Walters.
Yeah, so let's see if I can zoom in on that area. 4 miles west of Coram. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Coram. Okay, that is correct. Okay, good. And that.
Actually, can we take Storm Hunter? Guys in the back, can we take Storm Hunter?
Storm Hunter, if you could take it.
Yep, they're going. Okay, Matt and Jared, can you guys hear me? And can you guys talk about what you're seeing?
They're taking the shot. All right, Lexi, if you can hear me, that appears to be inflow that's been kicked up.
Okay.
I'm looking right now. I don't see it turning. I don't see anything twisting. We're going to try to get a little better look at it just to be sure. But we don't see any contact with a cloud. So, you know, that's the one thing we're looking for. Excuse me, contact with a cloud. There's nothing up here that would indicate that that's a tornado. But that is, I'm sure, the report that you just got. That's probably what it was. I'm going to zoom in here real quick.
Matt, where are you
there's
located?
Nothing. It looks more like it's inflow coming up. We are, it could even be a fire. We are on Highway 5, west of Walters, about 4 miles west of Walters. And then if we zoom in here, like I'm going to zoom out, we're going to look back and we're going to point over here. You see some other areas as well. These are not, I don't believe these are tornadic at all. I think these are just inflow winds because we're on the backside of this storm. And I would suspect more than likely that's just dust, dirt, or smoke, maybe from if a fire had been started.
All right, Matt, Jared, thank you for that report. We're going to jump back to Max 1. Jason, we're going to talk more about this Duncan storm. Observed tornado. Where is the rotation currently? It is passing to the south of Duncan, but very north of Comanche. Exactly how far? It's in Meriden, just towards the west of Empire. About 3 miles between Meriden and Comanche is where that rotation, that center of the rotation, is currently located. And that's continuing to move towards the southeast. We'll cross over, continuing to cross over Highway 81 and moving into the rest of Stevens County and eventually Jefferson County as it does move southeast. On the Walters and Temple storm, as we just got off with Matt Walker and Jared Burke, I see nothing on the ground from their shot. They are seeing some outflow, likely some gust tornadoes, but nothing is attached to the base of a thunderstorm, which is part of the definition for tornadoes. There is some rotation coming up on radar. Radar indicated. That's why we still have that tornado warning in place. But there's also some very strong winds that are advancing southeast towards Hastings. So heads up to those folks. Highway 5, eventually Addington. You are going to be seeing these stronger winds. And I'm curious to see if those winds and that storm moving faster than the tornado warned storm that's impacting north of Comanche will kill out whatever storm development that's in Comanche currently. But this is definitely a situation that we are going to continue to stay on and have you guys covered. This storm developed miles and miles and miles ago in Comanche County and has then moved into Stevens County. I am going to pull up on my end Duncan Regional Hospital. It is frozen, so never mind. Just as a reminder, duck rules this evening. Downstairs, underneath something, center part of your house. K, keep away from windows. If you are still in that tornado watch until 10 p.m., especially if you're in Cotton County, Jefferson County, Stevens County, please make sure that you are taking your precautions. Yes, Matt? Okay. Jason, can we go to Storm Hunters? Can you guys flip the camera around so that folks can see that? There's down power poles currently west of Walters. I don't know if we are either, but hey, we can try. All right, there they are, folks. You see the one or two of them that are knocked over. Do we have an update on power outages? Okay, thank you. And then there are widespread reports coming in from Lawton of damages from Comanche County Emergency Management. So far, no reports of injuries, and that is great, but we're going to continue to stay on this Duncan storm. Hopefully, the storm to the south meets up with it and kind of kills any momentum, but we're going to be hopeful for that as this storm continues and progresses into Jefferson County. Okay, so we did.
We're going to try to track southwest or southeast and try to get down to Waurika.
Matt, I believe you said you're trying to get to Waurika. If I remember correctly, you cut in and out. I just wanted to make sure, but it sounds.
Yes.
All right, sounds good to me. Thank you, Matt. All right, one of the reports that we did have of damage here in Comanche County, if we can go back to Max 1, please. Thank you. There was a report of a building that had collapsed with people trapped. We have an update to that. There were 2 people that were inside a building on Gore, and they are okay. We are getting that shot available, and we'll have that for you momentarily, but let's continue first before we have that shot. So Jason, just let me know whenever you are ready to go. So right now, an observed tornado that is impacting Duncan, Comanche, Highway 81. Comanche, you are not in the tornado warning storm by any means, but the rotation is now moving to your east of Meriden. And then we also, okay, can we take that real quick? We're going to jump back to Storm Hunter because there's more damage of down power poles. So this is Highway 5, and they are heading to Waurika from Walters. All right, so blue skies. We'll check back with them. Thank you. Going back to Max. Hastings, you guys are probably already dealing with the very strong winds that have been going through the area. Cameron Tower Cam is out. Duncan Tower Cam is out. So we are unfortunately unable to see either of those, but these wind gusts were destructive. They were producing 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Some very, very large hail. And if you guys have any reports once these storms move out of your area, please send them our way either through Facebook Messenger, through email, either news@kswo.com or weather@kswo.com. I'm also getting reports of power lines down in a worker of KSWO's. She's in Fax and Chatty area, if I'm not mistaken. But these storms continuing to move southeast into Jefferson County. Okay, State Finance, Gore and 17th is currently where we have some damage. This is here in Lawton, Comanche County, between Gore and 17th, State Finance. That was where we had reports of 2 people that were trapped inside. They are okay, but you can see all of the damage from the storm that moved in, and there was a tornado warning for Lawton, so we'll just have to wait and see if this is either straight line wind damage or tornadic damage. But I don't think I finished my sentence from earlier. But folks, if you have damage similar to this and the storm has already passed, please send in your reports to KSWO so we can pass them along to the National Weather Service. They will be coming down and doing damage surveys within the next few days, but you can see through the reflection, LFD and LPD are both there, and they have gotten the 2 people that were stuck inside that building on Gore out, and they are okay. So that is great news to hear. All right, so there is a severe thunderstorm warning now north of the tornado warning. Yep, thank you, Jason. But zooming on out, just kind of showing you what is going on. That gust front is still moving through Tillman County, Jackson County. The storm in Childress has since died down. There is the storm south of Vernon, north of Seymour, that has increased a little bit in terms of reflectivity. So the hail is, or excuse me, the rain is picking up, but there is some lightning. Not many strikes. The worst of the storm right now is here in southwest Oklahoma, the eastern part of our viewing area. Walters, in terms of precipitation, you're seeing some light rain currently. All right, this is from Jared Williams, the chief of the LFD here. Responding to numerous reports of power lines down and no injuries with the report of the collapsed building. Temple, you guys are dry. Hastings, still seeing some heavy rain, thunder, and lightning. Eureka, you are in the area where some heavy rain is headed, so heads up to those in Eureka. And you guys are also in the tornado warning, so just make sure to take those tornado safety precautions. We'll hear from Alex very shortly. But Duncan is seeing the worst of not only the heavy rain, the thunder, and the lightning, but also that observed tornado. And I haven't gotten an update as to if it is still on the ground, but we're gonna assume it is, and we're gonna see what is actually happening on velocity. It is east of Highway 81, and I would doubt it is off the ground given that radar scan. We are in between radars, so there's Frederick radar site, there's Oklahoma City, but if we zoom on out, you can see where that area of rotation is. So again, sorry for the slight weird look here. Alex, what else are you seeing? Can we hop over to Max 2?
I am seeing a lot of the same things, Lexi, you've been talking about. Still going to assume that tornado is on the ground, although I am seeing a little bit weaker signals compared to what we were seeing about 20 minutes ago. But until we get the all clear, I would assume this tornado is definitely still on the ground. And if it's not, it could be jumping up and down. So if you still live south and east of the Duncan, Comanche, Eureka, Addington, you guys are all eastwards of you guys, and you guys included, still stay in your safe place as these storms will keep moving towards the south and east. Looking at the bigger picture right now as well, that's the only main system in our area. We do have this severe thunderstorm warning in North Texas as well, but we have not seen any rotation with this one as of yet. So just still tracking the same system that's coming through the Duncan, Stevens County area. And let's pull up some, let's look at some wind shear and see if we can see any rotation in this system right now. So wind shear is definitely still picking up some rotation in the atmosphere in the southeast of the Duncan area, east of Comanche, heading towards south of Harrisburg, heading towards Loco. So definitely picking up some rotation there, as well as we have another like broad area of rotation, it looks like, south of Coram, moving towards the south and east towards Addington right now. Those are the two main circulations I am currently seeing right now. So I'm going to draw a circle around these for you guys. So this system right here moving towards the south and east. If you live south and east of the Comanche Duncan area, this rotation still are still staying together, as well as this rotation moving south and east towards Addington, and overall just moving towards the south and east direction of Stevens and the counties down here in southwestern Oklahoma. So let's get back to the radar here and take a look, see if we can see any inflow from the reflectivity now. If we can get the lightning out of the way here. Not seeing as much in terms of the inflow as I was earlier. You can still see a little bit. Here's that inflow right here that would be impacting near Addington area. As you can see, it would be coming in from the north right here is where the inflow would be. So that is still showing up on reflectivity. But in terms of the Duncan area, I am not seeing too much rotation with this system up here in Duncan anymore. They still haven't lifted the white box indicates that there was a tornado confirmed on the ground. They still haven't changed that back to red, so still assume at this point in time it is on the ground. Let me pull up and see if there's any new reports on any damage to any areas. And I am not seeing any new damage reports, so no reports, that's a good thing. That means maybe there's a little weaker rotation going on at the moment for the area, and maybe some weaker signals for the storm coming through. As we are just now getting a new velocity or a radar scan here, let's see if we can see any new information with that for you guys. Yeah, that rotation's definitely still staying together. It's not weakening at all at this point. We cannot no longer confirm if it is on the ground or not for this storm down here south and east of the Duncan area. The rotation is still definitely there, showing up on radar, so safe to assume that it still could be there. Let's look at the radar scan. Oh, I'm seeing some more rotation now over here towards the south and west of the Coram area. You can see, yeah, that rotation definitely looks like it's strengthening just a little bit. Pulling up your radar, let's see if that inflow looks a little better as well. It doesn't look like the inflow had gotten any better. That could just be some radar error there, because I'm not seeing where the inflow would be with that system, although it's showing that there could be some rotation as well heading into the Addington direction. So let's take a look here, take the lightning off. Yeah, I do not see any immediate inflow here with the Duncan storm anymore. They still, like I keep saying, they still haven't lifted that white box yet, which means they still are saying it could be on the ground as it moves towards the south and east.
They just did an update, Alex, at 5:50. It is now radar indicated for... They canceled the tornado warning for Cotton County, and they have continued the tornado warning for Jefferson, northwestern Jefferson, and southern Stevens County. A tornado possible, radar indicated, but still 2-inch hail with this storm.
Okay, so yeah, so nothing confirmed on the ground at this moment, just radar indicated. Either way, like she just said, 2-inch hail. I mean, that's up to the golf ball range for sure. A little bit below what we were talking about earlier. We were seeing up to baseball-sized hail at one point. So it's come down a little bit on the hail signatures. Actually, I can pull up those hail signatures. Let's see what we're seeing with that. Oh yeah, there's definitely a good hail core here with this system right now. Like I said, golf ball size hail in that storm towards the southeast of Duncan, heading towards the Loco area, moving towards the south and east. Yeah, and that's a big hail core. That's going to impact a lot of people if you live south and east of the Duncan area. So be sure to be inside, even if there is the threat of the tornado warning, which you should be inside anyways for that. The hail is going to be very damaging as well, so you want to get to your safe place, because this hail is no joke. That's a big hail core. It's probably going to cause a good amount of damage to the area. Hail core looks a little smaller for the system towards the south and west, south of Comanche, north of Addington. Seeing a little smaller hail, closer to ping pong ball size hail being detected on radar. Keep in mind, this is just radar indicated. This isn't confirmed reports of the hail size. So the hail, sometimes the radar has the tendency of overestimating this, so it could be even a little smaller, but definitely a big hail core nonetheless being detected on radar. So if you get caught in this, it's going to be there for a while. You want to be safe and don't go outdoors at all with this hail core moving through the area. See if there's any new reports with this system here.
All right, let's hop back over to Max 1, Jason. We do have some strong wind gust heading into Waurika, south of Addington. Addington is also seeing the hail, or excuse me, seeing the winds. Continuing, this will continue to move southeast. Frederick radar site has the area of concern east of Comanche and pretty much in between Duncan, Velma, Loco, and Comanche, where the Oklahoma City radar site keeps it a little bit further towards Duncan and Comanche. Either way, we are still dealing with a once an observed tornado. Now it's just radar indicated on the ground. Loco is not under the tornado warning. Comanche is. Harrisburg just south is. Velma, you are not.
And it does look like they're going to continue that tornado warning downstream of the Waurika area. We'll see that pop up probably in just a minute here, but they are going to issue a new tornado warning towards the south and east of the Waurika area at some point here.
Mm-hmm. And it's right now 5:54. We're getting ready to do some news here very shortly, but we're gonna stay on this for just a little bit more. That way we can get to some programming and some other news that is going on. But this is going to eventually move out of the viewing area, but we still have to get through it passing Waurika. We still have to get through it passing Ryan. It may miss Ryan. It just depends on if that rain band just continues to grow more towards the southwest. In the meantime, Matt and Jared, are you able to talk for a little, see what you guys have been seeing? You guys started up near Medicine Park, Kiowa County, and are making your way to Jefferson County. Y'all want to talk about what you've been seeing and what you're currently seeing? And I'll show you folks right now where Storm Hunter is located. They are behind. If they're able to talk, yes, Jason. Okay, we'll bring up their shot at least for the time being.
Lexi, can you hear me now? Lexi, are you able? Lexi. Okay, if you guys can hear me. We are headed south on Highway 65. We are going to get on Highway 70 and we're going to head east toward Waurika and try to catch up with this storm again to at least look for some damage, see if we can get a visual on this. From this side of the storm, we've been watching quite a bit of inflow still going in, rushing into the storm. It's not outflow dominant at this point. It's still very inflow dominant. We still have areas, let's see if I can point the camera over here, with dust. And you know, we've driven through some of it here recently, and a lot of that is plowed fields that are getting, you know, dust thrown up. We are, again, like I said, we're going to get on Highway 70, we're going to head east, get over toward Waurika. These storms are moving extremely fast, so it's really hard to even stay with them on the road network.
All right, Matt and Jared, thank you for that. They're going to continue to stay behind the storm. We'll quickly jump to Max 1. I do want to point out, just quickly scrolling through social media, I know Haley Wilson just posted there is a lot of standing water on Lee Boulevard near the Motel 6. So be careful for flooded roadways, especially the amount of rain that has been dropping and just dumping with these storms. They are still impacting Stevens County. They're still impacting Jefferson County. Any reports of hail, any reports of damage, please safely being the key word, send us those reports, whether at KSWO.com, KSWO or news@kswo.com. Either one of those emails will work. Power outages, if you have power that is out, what time, if you know it went out. I'm going to check PSO here really quickly to see how many people are currently without power. I know we are on the east side of Lawton, 60th Street, and we are without power. West side is out. 53rd or 63rd? Which one was that? 53rd. View outage map. All right. According to PSO, there are currently 562,000 people, give or take, without power in southwest Oklahoma. This includes Cache, west side, east side, central, north side, south side. Elgin, there are a few reports of power without power there. But it appears most of Lawton is without power currently. And that is, oh, excuse me, that's total customers served. My apologies. 562,000 is what PSO serves. 16,000 are without power. I thought that number was kind of high. Cotton Electric, while that loads, tornado warning still moving southeast at 40 miles per hour for Jefferson County. Waurika, the rain is just passed over, continuing to move southeast along Highway 81. A new tornado warning that now includes Loco, and the one on the backside will probably expire. Velma is no longer under a tornado warning. Not that you guys were ever in a tornado warning, but we are in between radars right now, with one being Oklahoma City and then the other one being Frederick radar site. The Frederick radar site shows a little bit better rotation right now, east of Waurika, southeast of Addington, and then another area of rotation due west of Loco on Highway 53. But if we zoom out and show you what Oklahoma City radar looks like, there's still some rotation. It appears in Waurika, but that starts to get into backscatter when you see that purple that's popping up on the left-hand side of your screen. And then Velma, south of Velma, southwest of Velma. West of Loco. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of reports of broken windows. My husband actually just texted me, and I'm on 82nd and Lee, and saying that we have a few broken windows, but that is it. So I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of those reports here in southwest Oklahoma of Comanche County, and where the heaviest of the rain, the largest of the hail fell. Let's actually show you how much hail is still with this storm in Jefferson County and in Stevens County. There's Velma and Loco, Harrisburg. The hail cores have died down, which is good news. But hail is hail, and it's still going to be impacting the area. Okay, so about three more minutes. We are going to hop over to news. We'll give you some news reports. Yes, Hunter.
They're saying that tornado warning for Jefferson Stevens, confirmed tornado near Sudgen, moving southeast at 25.
Okay.
Just updated with the white box too.
Okay, so they did just update it with a white box. Okay, so let's go back to velocity. I'll show you the latest, and that would be, yes, this one. Two areas here. Confirmed tornado on the ground. That is coming from a report. Folks, sorry for the dead air. I was just trying to confirm pronunciation on one of the towns, because that's where right now we have an observed tornado that was located near Surgden, please correct me. This is south of Waurika and north of Ryan. There are two areas of rotation. Oh, there's the latest velocity scan, kind of showing it moving a little bit more further south. And that is just in from the National Weather Service. Another touchdown possible near Loco is imminent. That is an unofficial report. I wonder if Duncan is back up. All right, Duncan is back up and running. I'm going to change the view before I go ahead and pull it up. A much different view now compared to 30, 40, 50 minutes ago. But no, I'm not seeing anything from Duncan. Some sunshine out towards the west, but that is about it. Okay, across southwest Oklahoma, we are dry in Altus. Hollis, it does appear like there is some rain showers directly west of you. North of Childress, not seeing any lightning with that storm though. Our main cities of Altus are dry. Frederick, you guys are dry. This is a gust front. Those are the winds coming off of the thunderstorm. So it may look like rain, but it's winds. Altus, you're likely seeing those now. Frederick, passing by Granfield. Walters, we are no longer seeing anything. We are dry in Geronimo and in Lawton, Medicine Park, as well as Porter Hill. Maybe some sprinkles near Elgin. The bulk of the precipitation right now is still where we have these tornado-warned storms. I'm going to toggle lightning off so you can see these just a little bit better, but a whole lot of lightning with these storms currently. One observed tornado, and then we have two other tornado warnings. One observed tornado warning, two radar indicated tornado warnings, and then now a severe thunderstorm warning that includes Velma. Hail core is weakening near Velma and Loco, and the strongest hail core is to the east of Addington, east of Waurika, but is still impacting Highway 70. There's that rotation north of Highway 70. That would be where the confirmed tornado would be on the ground if it were to be anywhere. There's Waurika on the left-hand side of your screen, Highway 81 and Highway 70, the intersection. And then there does appear to be some weak rotation also east of Highway 81 near Ryan. And then another area of rotation up here near Loco. So there's that rotation in Loco. So Loco, duck rules in your safety precautions, respect the polygon, make sure to get to the center part of your house, keeping away from windows, make sure that you are underneath something. If you're in a closet, grab your sweatshirts, grab whatever is around you that you can easily grab. And then we also have that rotation east of Highway 81 from Waurika to Sugden. That is passing Highway 70 currently. Those are the two areas of rotation that we have here in southwest Oklahoma. One is observed tornado on the ground. The other one is just radar indicated. The observed tornado was the one that was east of Highway 81. No matter what radar we're looking at, both of them are showing pretty good velocity near Loco. So Loco, safe spaces, make sure to stay in there, hunker down. These are moving rather quickly. And I know it may seem like an eternity, but these will be passing by. Also west of Loco, another look at that, and then the one that is now east of Waurika, directly on Highway 70. Let's hope no one is on Highway 70. Let's hope everyone is home. Let's see where Matt Walker and Jared Burke are. They seem to be entering on Highway 70. They're just outside Waurika right now. All right, we'll check back with them once they get a little bit closer or if they see anything. All right, we are going to go to news and kind of talk to Haley, I believe. She is out at some damage, so we will be hopping off weather here shortly and sending it over to news. We're working on getting the damages in the wake of the storm that did move through Comanche, Cotton, and Stephen and Jefferson County and is continuing to move through Jefferson and Stevens County. But there's sufficient rotation with these storms still in Jefferson and in Stevens County. You can see those lighter blue colors. Not great rotation, but it's still present, something that we need to continue to watch here. And I'm just waiting for the all clear. I don't know officially when I'm sending it over. Okay, we are going. I was waiting for someone to tell me to stop. So we'll send it over to news and we'll check back with the weather here shortly.
You can count on us. This is 7 News at 6.
Thank you for joining us for 7 News at 6. I'm Tara Bates. Your 7 News team is on the scene working to report on damages in the wake of the storm. 7 News anchor Haley Wilson joins us live from Allure Bridal on Gore Boulevard. Haley?
By Tammy Bradford, you own Allure Bridal, and you unfortunately had damage from this storm. Talk to me a little bit about what happened.
We were in the kitchen doing some dishes, and I saw her out by the window, and I saw out the window the trees were like over, So I yelled at her to come over, and as soon as she got over to me, all 3 windows just came crashing down. It was wind and rain and hail. It was ridiculous. It was kind of scary.
What was that like, you know, being in here when it was happening?
My first thought was, where's my child?